Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah. We continue reading from Imam Al-Ghazali's Jawahir al-Quran with the Jews of the Quran and its pairs. Still reading from Surah Al-Shu'ara, and in this session, the story is the story of the people of Shu'aib alayhi salam. And we did mention the problem. There were two problems of his people, one on the level of faith and the other on the level of practice. And we read and comment inshallah. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. كذب أصحاب الأيكة المرسلين. The residents of the forest, the people of the thicket, it seemed that there was a dense bushy area. Some interpreters said it's one tree. It happened in the past, and this is not something unique to the people of Shu'aib, that they have believed or they revered, they worshipped trees. This is pretty common in whether in the past and still until today. You have certain religions like Hinduism, for example. They, many of them believe that every tree has a tree deity, a god, goddess, and they do offer them reverence and offerings. It is also in Shintoism. So if you see a Japanese garden landscaping, it does highlight this aspect. In Shintoism, they also believe they have strong root. The Shintoism and nature, they go hand in hand. And nature doesn't mean that they. In Islam, we do have our own theology, jurisprudence of the environment. By the way, you can simply read my paper on both in Arabic and in English, and on Islam, on Islamic jurisprudence and the environment. But we don't. To protect nature as much as possible, not to abuse, that's definitely falls within the Islamic worldview. But there is no reverence in this fashion, that it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the creator of this universe. Nothing is like unto him. So in Shintoism, when we say it's rooted in nature, they do believe in spirits. They are called in Shintoism Kodama, that these spirits reside in trees, particularly in these trees that are old, a little over 100 years old. And this is how they believe that these trees have personalities. The Celts, the Germanic tribes, they also had such belief in history. I can go on and about the Taoist rituals. So European paganism did have that. In the East, Southeast Asia, and in East Asia, they still have that, and because their numbers are the number of people of Hindus in India and beyond India, shows that this is something that is still widespread. So when it says in the Quran, when it speaks about Ashab al-Aika, they are the people of the forest, of the thicket, of the. So they did worship these trees, and Sayyidina Shu'aib alayhi salam called on his people Here it is notable that it's not أخوهم, it's not their brother, despite being one of them. You might find in some books of interpretation, exegesis, a weak tradition about Sayyidina Shu'aib being sent to more than one people. No, it's not the case. It's his people, but it's because of their system of belief and what they have been doing. Uh, he he was not described, wallahu alam, as their brother. So what did he say to them? قال لهم شعيب ألا تتقون? Will you not fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? إني لكم رسول أمين has been mentioned before, uh, used by other prophets, and I am truly a trustworthy messenger to you. فاتقوا الله وأطيعون. Again, we can remember this from before also. So fear Allah and obey me. فاتقوا الله وأطيعون. Again, he is not seeking a reward from them except from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وما أسألكم عليه من أجر إن أجري إلا على رب العالمين. Now to the problem. The on the level of praxis, the ethical issue here is in the realm of, remember when we talk about Sayyidina Lut alayhi salam, his people, their problem was in homosexuality, perversion, sexual perversion. Here in this case, it is about how they did transaction. It's about not giving full measure when they weigh things. So they cheat. I mean, their business was fraudulent. And since he was one of them, he knew one of them not doing the same thing, but one of the like a member of their community, and he knew what was wrong with his community. أوفوا الكيل ولا تكونوا من المخسرين. Give full measure and cause no loss to others. وزنوا بالقسطاس المستقيم. Weigh with an even balance. ولا تبخسوا الناس أشياءهم ولا تعثوا في الأرض مفسدين. And do not defraud people of their property, nor go about spreading corruption in the land. It goes back to mentioning fear and their reaction, but let's just simply think about what's going on here. When we speak about the people of Shu'aib, and that they used to cheat in business, is this the only thing that is prohibited? No. I'm thinking now, today, what do we have? You cannot do business, trading in that which is haram. That's one thing. Muslims cannot trade in alcohol. Muslims cannot trade in pork. Muslims cannot trade in harmful things. When I say harmful, it could be when scientists say that such and such use of additives causes cancer. I don't think this is permissible. When they are definite that it is cancerous, we should pay attention. This is why if chicken, for example, consume meat, then we cannot just simply eat that chicken. People have to, those who own farms or whatever, those who own the chicken, they have to feed them grain, could be greens, but no meat. What else in terms of that which is prohibited in the world of business? Okay, investment. Money should not generate money, so you don't give usury loans. It's about riba. You don't give, you don't take. That's that is prohibited. This is haram. It is exploitation. Um, and I've seen people. I know of people, but I have seen people who took loans, riba loans, simply to increase their purchasing power. As newlyweds, I know someone from our community who took a large um, riba loan so that he will have these just simply ahead of his wedding day. A large number, literally a very large loan, simply that was used before marriage, for the actual wedding day. Nobody said that you should have wedding parties and just invite everyone, everyone that you know on earth. That's not necessary. That's not necessary. And to have several wedding parties and what have you. You cannot invest in activities that are haram. Uh, you cannot permit. It's not only that you don't engage. As a society, in Palestine, in Jericho, we had a gambling casino that was shut down only because of the second intifada. And primarily, it was directed at non-Palestinians from the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and the Gaza Strip. So practically, it's for people who have Israeli citizenship who were literally taken from cities all the way like Haifa. They would take them to Jericho to gamble. Who said that it's okay for Muslims to have uh, gambling casinos if those who are going to lose their money uh, are Israelis, for example? Who said that this is okay? I remember that Dr. Ismail Nawada, a former dean of the College of Dawah and the Qur'an at Al-Quds University, and still, I think officially, still a khatib of Al-Aqsa Mosque. Probably his health is not. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala heal him and empower him. But he did deliver a Friday prayer in Ramallah at the Muqata'a, basically the Palestinian presidential offices, and he spoke against the gambling casino. He was not invited again. So it could be movie industry, sexuality, because for the most part it's either violence or sexuality in these Western movies. So somebody who has the money to invest in simply in such media companies where they produce movies that are unacceptable. Uh, Anything that is when you have excessive uncertainty, uh, you it's just like you don't buy something with gharar, okay? Excessive uncertainty, that's something that we and also there are, I mean, one can list many things. Bonsai schemes, of course, it goes without saying, these um they are not real investments usually. You simply take money from the new victims and you give the old victims, and usually a percentage of quote unquote profit that is higher than the what the banks are giving, or investors. You would know it if it's too good to be true, then it's not really. So when we talk about the people of Shu'aib, they did not have the option with these things that we talk about today, but it's a chance to speak about these prohibited practices. So the message was to them to give full measure and cause no loss to others. We do have departments today, um, ways and measures. I think every country has these things now to check. Literally, they might go from store to store to check these things to make sure that the uh, the balance is accurate. The absolute, if you talk about a balance that is really with absolute measures, uh, that's the balance on the day of judgment. There's absolutely no mistake. Whatever good, even an atom weight of good deeds will be there. An atom weight of evil deeds will also be there. And do not defraud people of their property. ولا تبخسوا الناس أشياءهم. Do not defraud people of their property. I think maybe a translation will be, do not belittle what people own for the sake of making more money. You go to sell your car, and the value of your car, let's say in the market, the make, the year, the condition of the car, let's say it's 1,000. Uh, it's okay for the car dealer to offer 1,000. It's okay for the car dealer to offer 950 because he's going to make a margin of profit. But to start, saying that the car is not worth it, I'm doing you a favor if I buy this car, and I don't know how you continue to have. I mean, that's really what تبخسوا الناس أشياءهم. It could be even more than this. Make your offer. You have your right to make an offer, and the seller has the right either to go ahead and complete the transaction or not. And not only this, ولا تعثوا في الأرض مفسدين, nor go about spreading corruption in the land. So if they weigh things for themselves, they will add, like they will take not only exact, but they will simply even take more. And when they give to people, they will give less. Yes. And ولا تعثوا في الأرض مفسدين. One interpretation is that it does mention in Tafsir ibn Kathir, it does mention becoming or being highway robbers. So, which is like armed robbery today, something like that. But highway robbers in the old days. Do fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do fear the one who created you and all earlier people. واتقوا الذي خلقكم والجبلة الأولين. Their reaction, they replied, you are simply bewitched. قالوا إنما أنت من المسحرين وما أنت إلا بشر مثلنا وما إن نظنك لمن الكاذبين. Also you are only a human being like us, and we think you are indeed a liar. So you are bewitched, you are a liar. فأسقط علينا كسفا من السماء إن كنت من الصادقين. So cause deadly pieces of the sky to fall upon us if what you say is true. He responded by saying قال ربي أعلم بما تعملون. My Lord knows best whatever you do. فكذبوه. So they rejected him. And so they were overtaken by the torment of the day of the deadly cloud, يوم الظلة. That was really a torment of a tremendous day. فكذبوه فأخذهم عذاب يوم الظلة إنه كان عذاب يوم عظيم إن في ذلك الآية وما كان أكثرهم مؤمنين وإن ربك لهو العزيز الرحيم. It's just like some of the themes here, the language we have already read in the previous stories. The torment of the day of that cloud, of that deadly cloud, of the context is that they were targeted with scorching heat as part of the punishment, scorching heat, and there was nowhere for them to go. Finally, it appeared to them that it's a soothing cloud, that there's a cloud, obviously, dense cloud, must be dense cloud of Vulla. So it's like it had, it provided shade. It's an overcast. Of course, Vulla, Dhil is shade. But also, like in the language of the Quran elsewhere, قالوا هذا عارض ممطرنا. They think that it's going to bring you simply good rain. Sometimes it's not only that these clouds will carry torture, punishment, because it's described إنه كان عذاب يوم عظيم. That was really a torment of a tremendous day. So what happened? It did rain on them, torment, but what exactly is going on? When you have very large fires, you might have clouds that have fire. Okay. From what I have read, is that it could be the source of heat, like other sources of heat. That was like abstract language. Why I think there was like a fire cloud, as they call them sometimes. Go back to the notion of the thicket of the that they worshipped, the forest, the fire destroyed also everything, that destroyed them. So usually these are very dense clouds that are associated with either like they will be preceded by fire or other sources of heat. It could be volcanic eruptions. It could be but it was that cloud that befell them. It is kind of a closure, because they did ask Sayyidina Shu'aib alayhi salam to cause kisafan, pieces of the sky to fall upon them, if what you say is true, as they have addressed him. So the torment came definitely from the sky, but not something that they could have escaped. Watch what you call for, watch what you pray for, watch what you always, there's a warning. Watch your mouth, control your tongue. You might, don't don't really invoke the wrath of God upon yourself, upon your own community, etc. With this, we conclude this particular version of the story of Sayyidina Shu'aib and his people. We know that they, from a different context in the Quran, they objected to Sayyidina Shu'aib call for ethical transactions, and practically almost like the language of today. You ask us to your prayer, ask us to abandon what our ancestors worshipped, or that we do with our money whatever we wish. So they insisted on the um, old religion that they had. They rejected faith, they rejected monotheism, they rejected the belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they refused to modify their behavior. And they threatened in that context to expel Shu'aib from their community. And those who believed in him, of course, they believed in the message that he brought. من قريتنا, it's like a village, it's like a small place, town, whatever was that, or otherwise, the only way that he could stay in that place is to go back to their religion. Utter rejection. But already عذاب يوم الظلة ended everything. With this, we conclude this session, inshallah, until the next one. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.